Och Sverige går nu fram med förslag om ett direkt stöd till Ukrainas väpnade styrkor. Det omfattar 135 000 fältransoner, 5 000 hjälmar, 5 000 kroppsskydd och 5 000 pansarskott. Vi kommer också skicka ett direkt finansiellt stöd på 500 miljoner kronor till Ukrainas väpnade styrkor. Det samlade värdet på stödet uppgår till nästan 1,4 miljarder kronor. Vi gör det här i samordning med andra länder, bland annat för att stödet på bästa och snabbaste sätt ska kunna nå Ukraina. Regeringen agerar självklart i nära samrådan med riksdagen och riksdagens partier.
Breaking news, everyone.
Och jag vill tacka för
Sweden is officially sending Meteor missiles to Ukraine. That's right. It's February 3rd, 2026. And this is a pivotal moment, a real shift for freedom and justice in Europe.
It really is. And if you support Ukraine and want to stay ahead on how this war is actually being won, you need to be paying attention.
Subscribe to Defense Reports, your go-to source for timely, in-depth military and defense reports. I'm Alex. Join me with Aria in the latest podcast by Defense Report for a sharp, no-nonsense breakdowns of the latest in global defense news, military technology, and strategic developments. And today we're going to cover...
Well, we're talking about Sweden's massive new military aid package.
A package that could finally end Russian air superiority. We're talking about tech that makes a Russian pilot completely defenseless from, 200 kilometers away?
I mean, this is a huge development. This isn't just sending more of the same. We're looking at the Meteor Beyond Visual Range Air-to-Air Missile, the BV-RAM.
And it fundamentally alters the physics of the air war.
Completely.
The way.
In Ukraine's favor.
So let's get into the tech here, because this isn't your standard missile. Unlike what Ukraine has been using, the Meteor, it uses a ramjet engine.
Exactly. And that's the critical difference.
So it's not just burning all its fuel at once and then coasting.
No, not at all. Your standard solid fuel rockets, like the Mica, they sprint to top speed and then they burn out. They're essentially gliding on momentum by the time they get to a target far away.
Right.
The Meteor's ramjet actually allows it to throttle its engine. It breathes air. It saves fuel for the end game. And that creates this massive no-escape zone.
Which just changes the whole geometry of the fight. An Su-35 pilot used to think he could just outrun a missile from 80 kilometers away.
He could, just turn and burn.
But now, with the Meteor, we're talking a range of over 200 kilometers, with energy to spare at the end.
Precisely. The Russian pilot can't escape. The Meteor can literally chase him down under power. And strategically, you have to think about what this does to the glide bomb threat.
It pushes their bombers way, way back.
It pushes them so far back, they can't effectively hit Ukrainian cities. This is a tactical shift that will directly save innocent lives.
But it's not that simple, is it? You can't just bolt this onto any old plane. Yeah. My understanding is even the F-16s Ukraine has, the older Block 20s, they can't use this weapon.
That's the huge integration hurdle. The Block 20s have older radars, older computers. They just can't talk to the missile in the sophisticated way the Meteor requires. It's a data link issue.
Which brings us to the Gripen. That's Sweden's solution here.
Yes. They're talking about transferring Gripen CD fighters, maybe even the new E models. These jets were basically designed around the Meteor. They're a perfect match.
But the fighter is only one piece of the puzzle.
Of course. A 200-kilometer missile is useless if your jet's radar only sees 100 kilometers.
This is where the whole ecosystem comes in, the eyes in the sky that Sweden also donated.
The Saab 340 AEW&C, the AWACS planes.
Right.
Think of it this way. The Saab 340 is the scope for the sniper rifle.
And the Meteor is the rifle.
Exactly. The AWACS finds the target from hundreds of kilometers away and feeds that data to the Gripen pilot, who can fire before the Russian aircraft even knows it's being targeted.
And this isn't just about hardware. There's a lot of political will. I saw there was a key meeting just, 2 days ago, February 1st?
That's right. Swedish Defense Minister Paul Johnson and Ukrainian Minister Mikhailo Fedorov, they finalized the details.
And they talked about funding, which is always the biggest challenge.
Yeah, and they brought up something really innovative. They're pushing hard to use frozen Russian assets to pay for all of this.
So you're using the aggressor's own money to build the shield that defends against them.
It's a kind of financial justice, really, and it creates a sustainable loop for defense. They also discussed this Brave Sweden program.
Modeled on Ukraine's Brave One, right?
Yep. for joint production, joint testing of new tech right there in combat. It deepens that industrial bond between a free Europe and Ukraine.
It really feels like aid is evolving. We're moving from just survival tools to tools for actual air dominance.
At the end of the day, it's the only way forward. It's the only way to guarantee the long-term safety of civilians and secure the skies.
You've been listening to Defense Report by Alex and Aria, where we analyze the latest in military strategy, global defense, and advanced weaponry.
Subscribe to Defense Reports, your trusted source for timely, in-depth military and defense analysis. We'll see you next time. Keep supporting us so we can continue bringing you the latest developments from Ukraine and around the world.